Hello learners, today we'll be talking about web conferencing tools for teaching. After going through this video, you'll be able to describe web conferencing, list the components of web conferencing, discuss the uses of web conferencing for teaching, discuss advantages and disadvantages of web conferencing, and use various web conferencing tools as per your need. So what is web conferencing? In fact, web conferences is a blanket term. It is often used interchangeably with video conferencing. It is basically video conferencing done over internet. It provides anyone and anywhere freedom to connect or collaborate with others online. Web conferencing is online interaction or conference done between users at various sites, that is at different places, by using computer networks to transmit audio and video data. It can be point to point where two users, learners, they sit at different places at their own respective places and interact using the web conferencing tools. The other is the multi-point web conferencing, which allows 3 or more users or the learners to sit in a virtual conference room and communicate as if they are sitting right next to each other. So that is the kind of clarity we aspire for during the web conferencing sessions. Web conferencing can also be of two types, like the webcast, which is basically where one person interacts with many in a sort of a non-interactive mode. So if there's a lecture or there's a expert talking and others are listening, so there's not much scope of interaction over the web conferencing of this type. The other is webinar, which is a short form of web-based seminar. It is a type of web conference which allows collaboration, interaction between the presenter and the learners. So the strength here is a two-way communication, and the kind of interaction is there which is very good for knowledge building. There are infrastructure requirements for web conferencing. Of course, there has to be a camera which captures the video. Then there is a microphone which captures the audio, my voice, your voice. Then there are speakers which allows us to listen to the audio from the other side. Then there is a display unit which could be a TV or a monitor. And another important thing is the codec unit, which is for coding and decoding the audio and the video signals and transmit it over the internet. In fact, it is needed on both the ends of the call, that is of the web conferencing, to transmit and receive messages. So this codec unit is very important. There are certain prerequisites also to the web conferencing, like you should have a good connectivity. High speed internet connection is a must. If it is not high speed, if it is not of a good quality, then the quality of web conferencing is very poor and the whole purpose of communication is lost. Also, it should support the cross-platform delivery. It should be compatible to all operating systems and for all browsers. Then it should also support good audio and video quality. If the video and audio quality is not good, the communication is hampered, and thus one is not able to learn through the web conferencing or interact through the web conferencing, and thus compatibility is a major prerequisite. Web conferencing applications have many features, like the two-way audio and video interaction among the participants should be there. If it is not two-way, then the kind of connect and interactivity is not possible. Then one should be able to share the screen. This sharing of screen can be like simple slide presentation sharing, or a sharing of documents, or the demonstration of any process on the computer. Then there should be availability of whiteboard with annotation and drawing tools capabilities, so that explanation can be done then and there for clarifications. There should be multimedia playback facility available so that one can use audio to the best of the possibilities. Then text messaging, which is popularly known as chat, should be made available. It is an important feature in all the web conferencing tools. Here one can send a message to everyone, that is to all, so that everyone can see, or a private message to one person so that you can communicate. It is like a classroom. You can just talk to your friend, or you can speak in the classroom. Then online interactivity tools are there, like poll, the survey, the quizzes, the feedback. So it provides a kind of interactivity one can have in a normal face-to-face classroom. Then the feature of breakout rooms, which allows learner to be grouped into smaller groups in smaller rooms for discussion, and then they can come back to the main room to complete the discussion, to have discussion among the groups. It provides the feature of group activity. Then provision of hand raise. If you have a question, your query, then rather than unmuting yourself and talking, you raise your hand, and when the presenter will see and will provide you an opportunity to ask the question. Then the recording of the sessions is one of the essential features which is available in most of the web conferencing tools. It helps you to archive the earlier sessions, which can be used for future reference. It also allows us to manage the event, where one can schedule the event, like you have a class next day, you have a class every Monday, you have a class every Thursday, so you are able to schedule it. Then there is a provision of user management, like different role of a guest, role of a presenter, role of a moderator, role of a user or the participant, and the kind of control one has under these roles also varies. So in case you are a host, then you will be able to admit the students, you will be able to accept the users, and you will only allow the users who have entitlement to come to your class. You will not allow any stray users. So that kind of admitting and blocking feature is available in most of the web conferencing tools. Then the content management. You are able to manage your content, and of course the reporting, the tracking, all these features are available in most of the web conferencing tools. And the more features a web conferencing tool have, the more control you have on managing your web conferencing. Web conferencing has many uses. It is used for business meetings, for meetings in virtual mode, the e-meetings, simply chatting with your friends, having a group discussion, both formal and informal, even for the family get-together. In fact, during the pandemic times, people celebrated their events, their festivals, their birthdays through these web conferencing tools. And of course, it has got an immense educational use. It is of immense use in distance and online mode of teaching and learning, where the learner and the teachers are away from the same place. They are at different places. So for online and distance mode, connecting, giving it a more personalized touch is very important. Then when a teacher wants to give some kind of a mentoring to the learners, we can use web conferencing. Counseling, it's an excellent tool for counseling, that kind of a personalized, individualized connect. And of course, if the learners or the users are having technical problem, then one can always connect through the web conferencing tools and then come into one-to-one sessions, and these technical helps can be provided. In fact, it is a great tool for online Viva. During the pandemic times, all the Viva tests were done through online. Any project-based work like project presentations, collaborations in project, discussion in projects, or having these group meetings. Then of course, it is very important for collaboration. Collaboration for all levels. Collaboration between faculty, say faculty of my university, a faculty of other universities in the country, faculty of international universities, one can collaborate using these web conferencing tools. Collaboration between faculty and the staff, collaboration between faculty and the learners, all that is possible using web conferencing tools. Then the expertise. Expertise is no more limited to your neighborhood or to your country. You can access the expertise across the globe. One can just write to the expert, an international expert, and come for a mutual convenient time, and then one can have a web conferencing, which can be for the benefit of an individual, for the learners, for the university, for the system. It also helps us in providing the employment opportunities. How? By connecting the employees and the employers. You don't have to get dislocated, but the initial meetings can be very efficiently handled through the web conferencing tools. It saves on our travel time. You don't have to be stuck in traffic jams for long, and that's time saved saves your energy, and you can devote it more for your educational purpose. Anything in the world has advantages as well as disadvantages. So web conference will also have advantages, like it is very cost effective. It saves on your travel costs. It saves on your time. It saves on your other resources. So if you are using web conferencing, you are saving on many things which can be positively used. It improves the work quality. One is able to devote more time. One is able to seek guidance and discuss with others without any problem, without any dislocation or thinking of traveling or other things. It improves and streamlines the communication. One just has to connect over a web conferencing tool, and then communication can be n number of times and can be done and can be revisited also if you are recording the sessions. The group, if you are working in a team, it can meet more frequently. So suppose like we can have meeting every evening, so that we are able to take stock of what went well and where there were some kind of a barrier or hiccups, so that they can be removed. We can have meeting twice a week or as frequently as we want. More faculty and staff can be involved. There is no need to look for bigger rooms. Like this room is very small, how can it accommodate 50 people? No. Web conferencing tool, you can invite as many faculty members and staff, and they can all be on the same plane. Many critical and urgent meetings can be conducted in a very less time. You don't have to travel, you don't have to match the timings of traveling and reaching the place, but you can just connect even off the office hours. It increases productivity. All that time saving, all that energy saving, all that facility to meet anyone at a short notice increases the productivity over a period of time. There are a few disadvantages as well. It is difficult to see or hear people when they are not close to microphone or when they are not in front of camera. So if many people are using one camera, then it becomes difficult to communicate with all of them. Then there is a lack of personal interaction sometimes, especially the body language or the non-verbal communication is lost if the movement is jerky or the picture quality is reduced or the screen is small. And as we know that non-verbal communication is also very effective, so this becomes a loss in this kind of a communication over web conferencing. Also, some people are naturally camera shy. They don't like to come switch on their videos and be on screen, whereas some people may be more confident. So as in the class, you have some students talking more and the others talking less. Similarly, even that is there in the web conferencing as well. And it is up to the teacher to see that all are involved. There are certain points which should be kept in mind for a successful web conferencing. Like the link should be shared beforehand so that everybody has a time to access it. Please tell your students not to share the meeting ID with anyone. That meeting ID is shared keeping in mind the number of the participants or the number of users or the learners that for that particular class or meeting. So they should not share their meeting ID with anyone. They should mute their audio while entering the session. Otherwise, the sound at your end will disturb the meeting. You should observe that there is no crosstalk as you will be recording the session. As most of the sessions are recorded and that is informed to the learners. You should see that there is no crosstalk. One should stick to the topic or the theme being discussed in the session. Then select a place where your Wi-Fi signals are excellent or your mobile data signals are also working fine. If you are using a mobile data or a weak Wi-Fi connection, then mute your video, because a video takes more bandwidth and you will not be able to listen to the speaker properly. So you must inform the host and then switch off your video. Don't log in through many devices, that is more than one device, because there will be a problem, there will be echo, and that will disturb you as well as others. If you get disconnected, then use the same meeting link and the same ID to join. Otherwise, there will be some kind of a disturbance while joining. If attendance is must, you should use some module for the attendance, like you have attendance modules, and then you should take that. Then you should position or frame your mobile camera or laptop so that you have a better view, you have a larger view. You must tell the students not to pose queries in between. They should raise their hands and then pose queries, or they should put the queries in the chat box and the presenter will take whenever he or she gets the time. Avoid noisy backgrounds. They disturb the communication. The voice of the presenter will not be clear if there is a noisy background, even from your end and you are unmuted. If in case of any technical glitches, be patient. The system will reconnect or resume as soon as possible. You must dress formally, because when you are meeting others, the dress should be proper. You should check your background. It should be pleasant. It should not be cluttered. And lighting. The light should not be from your back. It should fall on your face for clarity, for clear video. There are many web conferencing tools available. The Zoom, the Skype, Google Meet, Cisco WebEx, GoToMeeting, Big Blue Button, Jitsi, and many more. So one just have to compare them, go through them, and then use whichever is good for them. The web conferencing tools can be proprietary or free and open source, or most of the tools have a free version and a priced version. So whichever suits you, you can go in for that. So let us discuss some of the features of few popular web conferencing tools. Like, let's start with Zoom. Zoom allows you for a free sign up, and the subsequent sign-ins are also free. It allows you web conferencing for up to 100 persons. That is free. You can customize the background, you have unlimited one-to-one meetings, you can share your screen, and many more features are there, and they are freely available. You just have to go to their website, compare the free version and the priced version, and go in and use as per your need. The limitations of the free version in Zoom is that it only allows 40 minutes for a meeting. So one has to wind up within those 40 minutes, and initially to start with, there are certain security issues which are being addressed continuously. Then the second tool is Skype. Skype calling lets you make free calls online for up to 100 people for audio and video conferencing on any device. It is easy to chat with co-workers across the globe and catch up with your closest friends. Even online calling is there. There is an unlimited meeting time, blur background is there, smart messaging is possible, screen sharing is possible, you can send your files, you can raise hands, and in fact there is a real-time translation available for up to 60 languages, which can be translated into 11 languages at present, and they are working on it. That number will increase over a period of time. The limitation here is that is under the free plan, it is only available for 100 people. Then another popular one is Google Meet. The advantages here is that Google is making enterprise grade video conferencing available to everyone. Now anyone with a Google account can create an online meeting, of up to 100 users and meeting up to 60 minutes. One-to-one meeting is quite long, but if you are having more people, then the time limit is 60 minutes. The limitation is it lacks certain advanced features like raising hand, meeting recording, polls and questions, that is the interactivity, the breakout rooms and intelligent noise cancellation for the free version. Then we have this free and open source tool called Big Blue Button, which is often integrated with many LMSs, especially the Moodle. It is available under the GNU Lesser General Public License. Big Blue Button is a free software. It provides a web conferencing system designed specially for the Linux servers for online teaching and learning. It allows you for real-time sharing of audio, video, screening like other web conferencing tools. You have a public and a private chat. You can upload PDF and other documents. Then you have an interactive whiteboard, you have breakout rooms, you have polling, you have shared notes, even the emojis are there, and you can integrate with many LMS. The limitation of Big Blue Button is that sometimes the integration and the handling becomes a little difficult. Then another one is Cisco WebEx. It also allows for free sign up, and the free WebEx plan gives you meeting up to 100 users with meeting duration up to 50 minutes. One can host it, there is a HD video provision available, screen sharing, personal rooms, and you can use it for one-to-one for as long as you want. There is an unlimited direct and group messaging, breakout rooms are there. You can change the background, interactive whiteboarding is there, and online customer support is also there for the free version. At present, it is allowing saving of recording, but only to your computer. No cloud saving is allowed. The limitation is the web conferencing only up to 100 users. The recording transcription is not there. The MP4 version of the recordings is not there. File transfer feature is also not available. And some of meeting controls are also not available. Another important web conferencing tool which is an open source is Jitsi Meet. Jitsi is a set of open source projects and best known for Jitsi Meet video conferencing platform. Meet.jitsi.si is where a Jitsi Meet is hosted, and anyone can use it totally free for their conferences, web conferences. It allows auto view where the active speaker is focused without really you focusing on the active speaker. Text chatting is available, locking the room with a password is available, screen sharing, streaming a conference on the YouTube live, then sharing text documents, then raising one's hand, the talk time statistics for the users, audio only options, integrating into other apps. So it has got lot of potential, but the thing is one has to know some kind of a technical know-how to use it or integrate it into one's system. To sum up, web conferencing gives us any place, freedom for anyone, and thus a great opportunity to communicate over the web. Web conferencing is very useful for distance and online mode of teaching and learning. It allows for counseling, mentoring and technical help sessions. It allows us to collaborate among the faculty or the faculty and the learners. It also gives us access to international expertise in any field. One is able to save economically when the travel cost and the time is saved. You can connect with your learners or the prospective employees or the employers for employment opportunities as well. For web conferencing sessions, one needs camera, microphone, speakers, a display unit and a codec unit. Many web conferencing tools are available like Zoom, Google Meet, Cisco WebEx, Jitsi Meet, and one can compare them and use it according to their own need. Happy web conferencing, happy learning.